What is up, Co-work Collective? I hope you guys are having a magnificent and fantastic week, and looking forward to the weekend. I'm sure you are. So I thought I'd just quickly jump in here for a quick live. Bottom line is, I hope you don't mind the crassness of the name, but this is kind of something that jumped out at me, and as I obviously my place in the world is one of supporting digital agencies with resources. That's what we do. But what that makes me do is, it makes me spend a lot of time with digital agency owners, talking about their businesses, talking about their frustrations, talking about where they're struggling, where they're having problems beyond just their resources. And I'm going to keep this as quick as I can, under 5 minutes, just a quick little chat, just to hopefully give you an insight into something that other agency owners are currently going through. So from time to time, I obviously speak to lots of digital agency owners, and I come across their frustrations. I thought these are frustrations that we've all had in our agencies, and that we can all learn from the lessons that other agency owners, that we don't tend to talk to each other about. Nobody's going to admit to other digital agency owners, hey, I'm really struggling with resourcing. Hey, I'm really struggling with legal. I'm really struggling with pricing. I don't know how to do it right. So we tend to keep this stuff under the ground. So I thought this is a good opportunity for me to share what I learn about other digital agency owners that you guys might not see. Share it with you guys. Obviously keep it anonymous, so that it's not important who this is happening to, but maybe you can take a lesson away from this, and maybe you can learn from this. So bottom line is, I met with an agency yesterday, and I was having a chat to her. It's a second chat I had chatted to her about 6 months ago or whatever. And her story is that she's completely overwhelmed in her agency. She's an agency owner. She really was struggling 6 months ago to find the time to build capacity for herself. 6 months later, I touch base with her again, and I find that she's actually in exactly the same position. She's done absolutely nothing that she said she was going to do to fix this. So she told me that she did do a search about 6 months ago to find someone to come into her business to support her, basically to clone herself. And if you haven't cloned yourself in your own agency, I very much suggest you do. We'll get into that another day. But she did do a bit of research into finding someone, and she just wasn't able to find anybody. So she just didn't do anything about it. And I think that's where the name of this this kind of live is all about: being a bitch agency, making excuses and saying, hey, I'm just not going to do anything about it. Which is why 6 months later she's in exactly the same position. In fact, not even in the same position. She's in a way worse position than she was. So this is my advice to her, and I think, as I say, we're all agency owners, and we know what it's like to be overwhelmed and flustered and not be able to see the wood for the trees. If you're in a similar position, this is my advice to her. Firstly, you've got to do it. Stop being a bitch about it and just get up and do it. You are never going to find that perfect person. We're all looking for that perfect person that's going to fill that perfect role within our agency. They don't exist. They do not exist. Unfortunately, that's the reality of life. Unfortunately, we're going to have to choose from people who are unideal or unideal for that role, and we're going to have to work them into that role and get them comfortable within that role. The best that we can hope for, and this is what the research is about, and following the right processes for hiring, is the best you can hope for is possibly 3 CVs of 3 people sitting in front of you that kind of match. They've got the skill set. You can probably work with them. You kind of like them, and you can probably mold them into that position. That's the best you can hope for. Your job as the agency owner is to take that leap, to absolutely pull that trigger, jump off that ledge, and say, I'm going for it, I'm taking the risk. Now, of course, as you all know, you've all been on webinars and business training and all that. Business is about risk. You've got to take the risk. But where she's found herself, and this is where the crux of the matter is, she's now 6 months down the line. She's still as stressed as she was 6 months ago, if not worse. The stress that she's living through right now is way, 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 way worse than the stress that she's going to live with of wondering, have I made the right decision? Have I employed the right person? Have I let the right person into my ecosystem? That stress of, hey, is this person doing it the way I want to? Are they going to match my expectations? Am I paying them too much? Am I paying? That stress is nothing compared to the stress that she's currently going through. So just take that risk, pull that trigger, and take the opportunity to make your life a little bit better as an agency owner. Of course, there's a lot to consider about how to choose, and the processes and the hiring and whatnot. For example, hiring on personality and values is very important. You've got 3 CVs in front of you. They all kind of match. You've got to choose the person that you have the best personality fit with, that you understand, that have demonstrated their values are best for you. And that comes in how you're going to learn that: rent before you buy. Now, that's something that I've spoken about before in the community. Can go over again if you guys are interested. But the other thing you need is proper hiring processes, proper interview processes. There's some great books out there, particularly Who and there's a couple of really good hiring books for agency owners in particular that you must check out. But that's my advice. If you are struggling in your agency and you're putting off getting help in your agency, stop procrastinating. Stop being a bitch. Pull the trigger. Take the risk. Get in there and do it. Have a great day, guys.